Welcome. I'm Kate Dalman. I'm founder of Herzog's Heroes, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about who we are, what we've got going on, and how you can help. First of all, I'd like to thank you for being here. If you're here watching this, it means that you truly care about the shelter population and you understand that we need a change. We've got over 3 million dogs in shelters at any given time, and over 1,000 dogs being euthanized every single day. So it's time for a change. Those in the rescue world working tirelessly to rehome dogs, care for dogs, and they're moving as fast as they possibly can with dogs just continuing to overwhelm them. They see the effects of poor breeding every day. And I'm sad to admit that that's where I got my start, as one of those backyard breeders who, to my knowledge, none of my dogs ever actually ended up in a shelter, but I was one of those people contributing to the problem. I contacted AKC. I contacted my vet. I thought I was doing my due diligence, and I thought that I was covering all my bases to make sure that I was breeding responsibly. But it took me many years and many personal failures before I realized that it takes a lot more to being a good breeder than just loving your dogs and caring about the people that have them. If there had just been minimal requirements, I would have met that. I wanted more than anything to be a dog breeder, and I would have done whatever was expected of me to make sure that I was doing it correctly. And this realization, this understanding, is what brought me to found Herzog's Heroes, because I think that there are a lot of breeders out there who do care, who do want to do better, and because there are just no regulations, there are no good training programs, there's no real standard, breeders are willy-nilly doing what they think is best. So if we can create a standard, if we can create regulations, we're going to see a massive change. And the goal isn't to end all breeding. The goal is to raise up good breeders, and it's to make it more difficult for bad breeders to do what they're doing. For example, if it was a law that all breeders had to accept dogs back that they brought into the world if that dog needed to be relinquished, two things would happen. The first thing is that many breeders would exit the field or never get into the field in the first place. And then the second thing that would happen is the breeders that stay in the field are going to work harder to make sure that their puppies are matched with owners that are going to be long-term successes. They aren't going to be selling their dog to whoever will take it, because guess what? You're going to have a bigger problem later when this dog is being returned than to just take more time to find a good home. So that's one of the many things we're working on. We are working on proposing breeding regulations right now that are going to create more transparency for potential owners and more accountability for breeders. We're also working on our breeder certification program that is designed to help breeders run a more conscientious program. And that means being prepared to accept a dog back for any reason at any time in its life. It means setting owners up for long-term success. It means creating legacy plans, budgets for health issues, and things of that nature. We also are working on educational tools for owners so that they can make more informed decisions, and they can also be prepared for long-term success with a puppy in their home. And our All Pausing campaign is designed to unite breeders, owners, and rescues. Obviously, there's a great divide between breeders and rescues, the adopt, don't shop slogan and things of that nature. There's a lot of friction there. And if we can unite breeders, owners, and rescues for the first time ever to start working together for the common goal of ending poor breeding practices, we're going to have such a strong foundation to keep moving forward. So if you've ever wished all breeders would just stop, it's time to stop wishing and start acting. We have a plan, and this plan can make it possible for thousands upon thousands of dogs to not enter shelters every year. One of the hard things, though, is that we are going to have a tough battle. We're going to have people fighting our regulations. And as far as volunteers and donors go, most of those want to put their time or their money towards dogs that are already here and already in the shelters. And that is very important work. The work that we're doing is more prevention based. We're working on research or content creation, fundraising, spreading the word, things of that nature. So a lot of these things can be done at home. So what do we need? We need people that are ready to say, I'm in, that want to roll up their sleeves and be a part of a movement that's going to prevent dogs from entering shelters. It's going to raise the breeding standard and end unscrupulous breeding practices. Because we're a young organization, you have the power to make a huge difference and shape this organization and how it moves forward from here out. Our Heroes in Action meetings are going to be the first and third Wednesday of every month at 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Zoom. And in those meetings, we're going to be talking about what's new, what progress we're making, and what things we need help with. And so it's a time where you can jump on and you can either say, hey, I really want to get involved and pick up a small or even a large task, or just provide feedback, hear what we're talking about. These meetings, I think, are going to be a great way for us to move forward and build our team. So join us. Be all present. Help us build a future where no dog was born into a system that fails it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for caring. And I truly hope to see you in our next Heroes in Action meeting.